Anyways, we spoke about that, and important, we didn't speak about cameras. There are different kind of cameras. You want to touch about that? The reds, the REs, and then
Yeah,
the normal black
I
one.
would say this is your strong suit more than my strong suit, to be very honest. Cameras. Uh, so a lot of so like if you look at Netflix, if you want to shoot something and sell it to Netflix, it actually has a barrier. It wants to make sure only quality material is getting in, right? And one of these barriers is that only a limited set of cameras can be used to shoot a particular movie or a TV show or whatever. And this limited set of cameras is actually given on the Netflix website. And even after using this limited set of cameras, you need to shoot it in 4K or above. And also, there's this very interesting thing called 10-bit, and we 12-bit and raw, right? So raw is as raw, say, the rawest form of the film, and it absorbs the most information possible in one particular scene. And the size of the data files are extremely huge. The editor obviously has more freedom to change the lighting, to do color grading and whatnot. So a step back is 12-bit, and a step further back is 10-bit. So I would say a 10-bit is like a good base for you to start. Anything like less than 10-bit is not movie quality, in my opinion. If you take out your camera and if you start shooting a video, by default it's 10-bit. And let me explain what 10-bit even means, right? Like, I don't think a lot of people know what we're talking about. So, RGB, red, green, blue, a combination of these three colors eventually makes the color that you see on your screen. RGB having 8 bits means there are 8 different versions of red, 8 different versions of blue, and 8 different versions of green. So 8 multiplied by 8 multiplied by 8 is the combination of how many shades of colors you can see. The higher the bit rate, the more shades there are in that particular color, and the more information that you're observing. So let us say if you go to this amazing field of tulips, right? And there are a bunch of red tulips, but all of them are slightly different in hue. And if you're trying to capture this amazing scene, if you shoot it in 8-bit, it looks like all of them look really identical to each other. But if you shoot it in 10-bit, you can actually kind of see some separation. If you shoot it in 12-bit, you can actually see even more separation. And in RAW, you can see the most separation. The higher the bit rate, the more data the file contains, and the more you can extract, and the better color grading you can do to make sure the picture that you're showing to the audience ultimately is the purest form of the particular scene. Because you can never really translate real life to a screen. The best you can only do is through color grading, right? Yes. So going back to Netflix. So these particular cameras have to shoot the content in 10-bit or more. And even some of the iPhone, the Pro cameras, you can actually go to your settings and choose the 10-bit option. It's called Pro Motion or something. What is it called, Raghu?
I have no idea.
Yeah,
I've never tried.
but there is this option in iPhones, the Pro versions, where you can actually go and select the 10-bit option. It really consumes a lot of data, but if you're trying to shoot a movie quality video, then I think you should definitely use it. So after this particular process, you need to submit it to Netflix, and you need to tell them what cameras you have used and what percentage of the movie was shot in these cameras. I think it's like 80% or 90% should be shot in these particular cameras, because you can never shoot 100%. Like, hypothetically, if you use a drone shot camera will never be as good as a red camera on your shoulder, right? So a percentage of the movie, yes, you have the freedom to use alternate cameras, but more often than not, you need to stick to a particular set of cameras. Yeah.
Yeah. So cameras, it's very important for the director and the cinematographer to sit and understand the requirement and then choose a camera, because like you can say, oh, I have which is that movie, The Disaster Artist. Let's shoot in both. uh,
The disaster artists, they shoot with both analog camera and a digital camera at the same time. That's like counterintuitive to begin with, right?
Exactly. So what I was getting at is like you don't have to like go all out saying, okay, let's do like the best camera ever with the raw format with everything in it. Like I wouldn't suggest that, because that also comes with the complication of setting it up
Yep.
between every scene, right? And then all the big difference is where you change lens, right? In Hollywood, like I'll get to the difference between Western and Indian cinemas, but mostly in Hollywood they use only prime lens, which you cannot zoom. So for different magnifications you keep changing the lens, so that takes quite a bit of time to change. And then you have the DIT, which I was a DIT for our movie, where you transfer the footage into your system
Yep.
and then update it into an hard drive. Then you make two copies of it just in case,
Yep.
and then you hand over that to the editor. Like it all comes with time and the process of money that it takes.
Yep.
And so you'll have to make a lot of decisions. It's very important for the director to understand what is a requirement, or what is his vision, and translate that to the cameraman, so they both can come up with a good camera to shoot. When I say good camera, like the required optimal camera for the storyline.
I mean, also another point we need to add is it's not necessary that these cameras are extremely expensive. I feel like there are some of the cameras which are Netflix approved that are like
C70s, not very expensive.
like
Yeah,
if you want to do it, you can do it. Like it's not a huge entry barrier, is what I'm saying.
correct, definitely. Like
Yeah.
Netflix approves C70s, so C70s are not very expensive. Like I think you
Yeah.
can get a decent one, like sometimes used one for $1,000, and you
Yeah. Yeah.
can do a Netflix level movie.